Hey, what's up guys, Bestinwest here, and in this video, or this two-part video series, we're going to be going over my Raid 44 tournament. It was a Rose Cup tournament held by Raid 44 in Modesto. It's a cash tournament, so they offer cash prizes. $250 for first place, $150 for second place, and I think it's $100 for third place. And on top of that, they also have like a team competition, so it's really awesome. If you're ever out in the area when there's a tournament, make sure you head out. It's probably one of the toughest and densest concentration of talent in a tournament that I've ever been around. Everyone is so good, like it's kind of crazy. But let's get to it. This is my weighted Rose Cup tournament. Hey, what's up everyone, Bestinwest here, and we are here today in Modesto for my weighted Rose Cup. And shout out to Zay right here. He drove us to Modesto, which was like an hour and a half away. Unfortunately for me, I forgot my memory card for my camera, so no live footage for today's tournament, but I will be screen recording my tournament, and hopefully I will get the live footage tournament in our local area of El Cerrito. But yeah, about to go to this brewery that Raid 44 is holding the tournament at this month. About 70 people are RSVP'd, so I'm guessing maybe 6 rounds is my guess, unless more than 65 people show up. Yeah, wish me luck. Hey, so actually got saved by Managed Boy over here.
Yeah, someone forgot their memory card.
Hooked it up with the memory card. You may recognize him from my last tournament here in Modesto. So
remember Celio, guys? With water gun.
Whooped me, and apparently you whooped Hank PJs out in.
Oh, and in LA.
In
yeah.
LA, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, he was mentioning. He watched my video and he was like, "Hey,
oh,
like he took my."
He was devastated. Actually, if you're watching Hank PJs, I played him. I got matched up with him in an Ultra League Battle League, and then he beat me. You kicked my ass, dude.
So shout out to Managed Boy. Thanks so much. So for this tournament, and we're gonna have some live footage. But yeah, so people are slowly starting to come in. We got here a little bit early. Tournament should start kind of around 10:30 or so. Hoping to get 7 rounds. Currently 77 people are signed up. So as long as we get 65 people, I think we should hit the 7-round marker. Yeah. Hopefully it's gonna be a good tournament for me. Hopefully I don't get matched up against Zay or Managed Boy again. Apparently they just have my number, but see how it goes. Okay, so we're getting started with the first round. First round's getting started pretty on time. It's like surprising for a tournament to start on time. So it looks like it's going to be a 6-round tournament. First round, I am matched up against Prof Oaks. Yeah, good luck, man. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so getting into this first round against Prof Oaks, his team is very hard countery. It's all heavy, fast damage. You have Rhydon with Mudslap or a Smackdown. You have Vileplume with Razor Leaf. You have Wigglytuff with Charm, all dealing tons of fast move damage, and that's very scary. The only Pokemon that's kind of safe, I guess, is none of my Pokemon are safe. All of them will take heavy fast move damage from one of them. Sableye will take heavy fast move damage from Charm. Rhydon will take heavy fast move damage from Vileplume and his Rhydon, and it'll lose to Wigglytuff. Probopass will lose heavily to Rhydon. Machamp will lose to Charm. Alolan Marowak will lose to Rhydon, and Wigglytuff will... Actually, Wigglytuff is probably the safest bet in this situation. But yeah, he has a very hard team to read, so I think I lead off with Wigglytuff. Yeah, let's see how I do. Alright, so getting into this battle, I'm going to go ahead and lead off with my Wigglytuff against his Alolan Marowak. This is not a good matchup for me. Alolan Marowak is going to win this in the even shields matchup, and in the lead, this is not a good matchup. If Wigglytuff has the shield advantage, Wigglytuff can win it, but in this situation, it's not looking good for me. So I go ahead and let that first Bone Club go. I'm going to get off this Play Rough. He goes ahead and shields that, and he's gonna get a second charge move off right here. I go ahead and shield this one. It's a Shadow Ball, so that's not the correct move, but I'm glad he used it. He's gonna get a charge move off right here. It's gonna be a Bone Club. There's no way he could have gotten to another Shadow Ball so fast. So I go ahead and let that through. I go ahead and feint down that Alolan Marowak. He brings in Vileplume. Vileplume's gonna chunk away at my Sableye. Get this first foul play off, and I'm trying to get to this second foul play. Ouch, not able to get to it. So now I bring in my Alolan Marowak, farm down this Vileplume. He's gonna bring out Rhydon. Rhydon's gonna kick my butt. Super effective, and those Mud Slaps hurt so much. Get this Bone Club off, and I'm gonna go ahead and switch into my Wigglytuff right here. I feel like I should have shielded that. I definitely should have shielded that. He's gonna get 2 more Mud Slaps off. I'm gonna get another Bone Club off, but yeah, that's not good. He's gonna block it, and then these Mud Slaps just knock me out. GG.
Damage. I should have blocked it with my Wiggly.
Yeah, you should have.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Yep.
I feel like yeah, that was rough. It's okay.
Okay, so I'm a little tilted at this point. I didn't shield my Wigglytuff, and I think that cost me that game. So yeah, so this next battle, I do lead off with Wigglytuff. I feel like it's a good lead against his team. That Rhydon is often used as the lead, so I assumed that he was going to lead Rhydon. And then I bring in Sableye and Alolan Marowak because those are the 2 safest Pokemon. Sableye will do pretty well against the majority of his team outside of Wigglytuff, and Alolan Marowak will do pretty decent against most of his team outside of Rhydon, right? So yeah, see how I do. Okay, so yeah, I'm kind of tilted, remember? So I lead off with Wigglytuff. He leads off with Vileplume. Terrible matchup. Vileplume just dominates this matchup right here, and I just end up staying in. I wanted to get to that Ice Beam, and I thought I could, but I don't, so super unfortunate for me. I bring in my Alolan Marowak. I'm going to I'm going to shield this. I should have let that go. Would have been resisted. I farmed down the rest of that Vileplume, but I knew I had less Pokemon, so I wanted to. And he brings in Rhydon. I'm going to go ahead and get this first Bone Club off. And I think that kind of shows you my lack of preparation for this tournament. I should have known that Vileplume was going to have 2 moves that would not deal super effective damage. That would have saved me a shield for my Sableye. So I'm going to go ahead and block this. Surf would have done a decent amount of damage, but now he's going to get this second Surf off on me, and the second Surf is going to deal a decent chunk of damage to me. I'm going to be able to farm down this Rhydon, and I'm going to get to throw this foul play against his Sableye. He's going to block it, but now he's just going to farm down. So I don't think it would have mattered for that shield, because either way I was going to lose, so because he didn't even throw a second charge move. So yeah, GG.
You got the lead twice.
Good games, man.
Dude, man. That was awesome.
That was luck. That was luck.
I mean,
and you didn't shield that one in the first battle.
I mean, that was my choice, right?
Yeah.
So, Prof Oaks got me that round. All right, so I'm here against Master Ash 9000. We got matched up in the second round. We both lost our first round, so we're down here in the scrub zone for right now. But hopefully we can climb our waves back up. But good luck with the battle, man.
Good luck, man.
Okay, so getting into the second round against Master Ash 9000. Looking at his team, as you can see, he's running two Charmers. Two Charmers is kind of a interesting dynamic. So for sure, I'm going to bring in Probopass. Probopass is going to be able to deal with both of those Charmers, and I doubt that he's going to bring both of them, but there is a chance that he will. Just in case he does, I'm going to bring in my Alolan Marowak. Alolan Marowak is going to be able to deal with the Charmers, or decently well against the Charmers, is going to be able to neutral against his Alolan Marowak, do okay against the Probopass, positive against the Medicham. So, and then I would have to worry about Sableye. So with that being said, I believe I bring in my I bring in my Wigglytuff. So Wigglytuff can take out Sableye, go neutral or beat his Charmers, and do well against Medicham as well. The only two things that Wigglytuff will have a bad matchup against is Alolan Marowak and Probopass. So, like I mentioned, Probopass, Alolan Marowak, and Wigglytuff. Let's see how I do. Okay, so we're going to be jumping into this battle very soon. Right here, I lead off with Probopass. He leads off with Sableye. So this is not a terrible matchup, but it looks like he's running Feint Attack. That's kind of interesting. Anyways, he brings in Granbull, which is not a great matchup for him, so I'm kind of interested to see why he's running Granbull. And Granbull's also... No, it's running Charm. It looks like it's running Charm. And I'm able to... he's going to get off this charge move. It's a close combat, but luckily I recognize that Granbull can get close combat, and I go ahead and block that. He brings in his own Probopass. I'm going to go ahead and get this Magnet Bomb off, deal neutral damage to his Probopass, and he's going to get a charge move off right here. I think he got CMP at that point. I am going to shield this. I'm going to get my Magnet Bomb off, deal some damage to his Probopass. He's going to go ahead and block that. I'm going to go ahead and get my own Alolan Marowak out there. Charge up a little bit too much, but I am able to get this Bone Club off. Deal a decent chunk of damage to him. And I try to feint down, but he gets a charge move off. I don't have any shields left, so that's going to get through, knock out my Alolan Marowak, but luckily his Probopass is pretty much fainted. Bring out my Wigglytuff, knock it out, and he has Sableye left, and my Wigglytuff is going to be able to pretty much KO this Sableye no problem. Gets a Power Gem off, and GG. Alright, so getting into the second round, I really like the team that I brought in the first battle, so just go with it. So again, leading off with Probopass, bringing in Wigglytuff and Alolan Marowak. Let's see if we can figure it out. Okay, jumping straight into the battle, I lead off with Probopass against an Alolan Marowak. So this is not a bad situation for me, but it's also not the best situation for me. He's going to get a charge move off right here. It's going to be a Bone Club. It should be a Bone Club, and it is. And he switches into Granbull. So it's kind of interesting to see when someone switches like that. He's going to have to block this, otherwise it will deal chunks of damage. And I'm going to switch into my Alolan Marowak. I'm wondering if I should have just stayed in with my Probopass. I'm not sure. Anyways, if you think I should have stayed in with my Probopass, let me know in the comment section down below. But I'm going to go ahead and get this Bone Club off on this Granbull, knock it down, and I'm going to farm down that Granbull. And right here, I don't know what he has, and I throw the Shadow Ball. I think that was a mistake, but yeah, it's okay. He blocks it, unfortunately. It looks like he even lagged a little bit. I didn't realize it in real time, but it looks like he lagged a little bit, and I was able to get a few more fire spins off. Got that Bone Club off, and he knocks out my Alolan Marowak. I have one shield. I have a Wigglytuff and a Probopass. Now I know he has a Alolan Marowak, so I need to get some energy to deal some damage to that Alolan Marowak. I go ahead and block that Magnet Bomb, and my thought was I need to get some energy on this Wigglytuff to deal a charge move on his Alolan Marowak. That was what my thought was. But I'm able to knock out that Probopass. I'm not able to get to this charge move. So, and he gets the CMP tie right here. Man, I made so many mistakes, but GG.
GG.
That was good.
I had it too. But CMP tied, the attack stack.
Yep.
Alright, so going into this last battle against Master Ash 9000, I feel like he's expecting Probopass. So I'm going to go ahead and lead a hard counter to Medicham and lead Alolan Marowak. So I bring in Alolan Marowak as the lead this time, and I bring Probopass and Wigglytuff in the back. Yeah, let's see how I do. Okay, so jumping into the battle, I lead off with Alolan Marowak, and he leads off with Medicham. So I predicted that very well. And he switches into Probopass, and I'm going to go ahead and get this Bone Club off. He's either going to shield or he's going to take a decent chunk of damage. And I'm looking to switch right away because I know I have a positive matchup in the Medicham, but I also have a positive matchup with the Wigglytuff. So here he's going to get a Magnet. He's actually going to get a Rock Slide off, so that's fine. Magnet Bomb, Rock Slide, same amount of energy. So I'm going to go ahead and get this Magnet Bomb off. At this point, I think I'm slightly ahead on energy. Maybe 1-2 Rock those at most. He's going to get a Charge move off. This is going to be a Magnet Bomb. Magnet Bomb going to deal neutral damage to me. I'm going to get to this Magnet Bomb before he does, but he switches into Medicham. So he was able to catch this Magnet Bomb, which is clutch because he probably has enough energy for a Charge move at this point. And I bring in my Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff gonna deal super effective damage to Medicham's fighting type, so this is very good for me. He's gonna get another Ice Punch off and nearly... Oh, actually, he runs Power Up Punch. Power Up Punch and Ice Punch. That's a very interesting moveset, but I'm able to knock out that Medicham, and I'm able to get this Ice Punch off. So yeah, just very lucky. I'm able to knock out that nearly knock out that Probopass, not quite. So my thought is bring in Alolan Marowak, farm one fast attack, but he does have a charge move. At this point, I'm gonna go ahead and block it, farm down that Probopass, and he has Alolan Marowak in the back. So that slight energy advantage at the by bringing Alolan Marowak back into that Probopass really helped me ensure that I get that Shadow Ball off. He's gonna get a charge move off. If it's Shadow Ball, that's fine. But it's Bone Club. But even if it was Shadow Ball, it would have been fine. I had Probopass in the back. GG.
Oof, that was a good game, man. GG's, that was really good.
So I was able to pull it off in the third round, but it was definitely great games, man. Good games. Your team is pretty scary with that double charm.
Thank you.
Yeah, good luck with the rest of your tournament, man.
Same, you too. It was nice meeting you, man.
Nice meeting you. All right, so we were able to take that second round, and we are faced up against Casey Blaze in this third round. So we're both tied for 1-1, and looking at her team, she has a pretty meta team. Let's see how we do.
Okay, so getting into this battle against Casey Blaze, I look at her team and she has a very meta team, but I do notice that most of her team is going to be weak to or take neutral damage from Probopass. So Probopass has a pretty good matchup against her team, other than maybe Machamp and I guess like Alolan Marowak. It'd be neutral against Probopass, so that's a neutral matchup, obviously. Unless she's running Spark on her Probopass, but I won't know that until we actually start battling. But yeah, so the team that I end up going with is Probopass, Wigglytuff, and Alolan Marowak. It's the team that I ran just a second ago in round 2, and that's the lineup I'm going with in round 3. Let's see how I do. Alright, so jumping straight into the battle against Casey Blaze, I'm going to lead off with Probopass into a Sableye. So this is not a terrible matchup. I believe I lose this due to CMP maybe? Either way, it's very close. I go ahead and shield this first foul play, And I'm gonna go ahead and get off this rock slide. I do miss a couple of bubbles. There's a little bit of lag. It doesn't show on the video, but when in the actual tournament, like, I was getting some frame rate issues. She's gonna get off this second foul play. I'm gonna let that go, and I'm gonna switch into my Wigglytuff and knock her out in 1 or 2 charms. She brings out her own Wigglytuff, and my Wigglytuff does have the energy advantage, so I'm gonna be able to get to this charge move. This charge move is probably gonna get blocked, and she's going to faint me down, and she's gonna have she pretty much has a charge move at this point. I decided to bring out my Alolan Marowak. I know that against a Sableye, or actually I knocked out the Sableye. I just wanted to get some energy on my Alolan Marowak, and out comes her own Alolan Marowak. At this point, I know I should get to Shadow Ball before she does, so as you just saw, I was a little surprised how she got a charge move, but it's a Bone Club, so that's perfectly fine. I get this Shadow Ball off, and this is going to deal a huge chunk of damage to her Alolan Marowak, and a couple more fire spins, and GG.
GG.
Yeah, good game.
I was like, no, I had this.
Okay, so going into the second battle, I decided to go with the same lineup. I felt like my team was pretty good in terms of coverage, so why change it? Let's see if she can figure out my team. Okay, so jumping into the battle, I lead off with Probopass, and she leads off with Wigglytuff. So this is a great matchup for me. Probopass is going to resist those charms, and I have that Magnet Bomb to deal super effective damage. She does switch, and she does catch this Magnet Bomb. So this is the wrong charge move, but she blocks anyways. So that's perfectly fine. I have a hard counter to Sableye with my own Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff dealing super effective damage to Sableye, and Sableye not having anything that will knock out my Wigglytuff. There was a little bit of lag there. I was able to knock out that Sableye, and I believe I talked to her about it as we're battling right here about the lag, and if she feels like it really affected the battle, then we can restart, but let's just play this out. Yeah, so just going back and forth with charge moves. We both block, but I was up in charge moves, so she's gonna send out Alolan Marowak, get slight energy lead. So at this point, I have two pretty healthy Pokemon. I send out my Probopass. She's gonna get a charge move off right here, and I don't need to block it. I'd rather save that shield for Alolan Marowak. I do get off this rock slide. She has no more shields and pretty low on health, so that's gonna knock her out. GG.
Don't think it would have mattered.
I don't think so either.
Okay.
I'm not good.
As long as we're on the same page.
I'm not good enough to throw a fuss.
Okay.
Okay, so getting into this last battle, my lineup has worked so far. So Probopass, Wigglytuff, and Alolan Marowak is what I stick with. Let's see how I do. Alright, so jumping straight into the battle, I lead off with Alolan Marowak, and she leads off with Alolan Marowak. So this is a mirror match. It's kind of a baity situation. So I'm going to go ahead and make the switch into my Probopass, and she stays in with her Alolan Marowak. Gonna get this Bone Club off, I believe, and deals a decent chunk of damage, and she switches into Machamp. And this is a bad matchup for my Probopass, but I am able to get this Magnet Bomb off. Magnet Bomb gonna deal decent neutral damage, but she decides to block, so I'm up shields right now. I'm gonna go ahead and bring out my Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff's gonna deal decent chunk of damage to that Machamp. Machamp is gonna get a charge move off. Rock Slide, I'm gonna go ahead and block that and faint down that Machamp. She sends out her own Wigglytuff, and it's a Wigglytuff mirror match. Luckily, she did not bring her Probopass or Skarmory. I'm gonna get my charge move off first, and she's gonna block that, and I'm switching into my Alolan Marowak and get this Bone Club off. And it's gonna deal a decent chunk of damage. She's out of shields, and she brings in Alolan Marowak. I have a charge move ready, but she gets her charge move off first, and I block it. I get my Shadow Ball right after, and I believe she has no more shields, and she takes that Shadow Ball and knocks it out. Now Alolan Marowak versus Wigglytuff. This is gonna deal a decent chunk of damage, but definitely not knock me out. And I'm able to knock out that Wigglytuff. GG.
GG's.
Good game. Glad I didn't embarrass myself that time.
No.
Pleasure.
Able to take that third round. Got lucky with the leads, and I feel if you can do that, you're 75% of the way there. And unless you have a very polarizing team which relies purely on fast attacks, which I faced in the first round. Prof Oaks right here is a yeah, it's really fun so far. Met really cool people, and hopefully I can do well the rest of the tournament.
Alright guys, that'll do it for this video. I know the Rose Cup is pretty much over at this point, but at the same time, I really enjoy making these tournament recap videos, especially when I get to show you what it's like to be at the actual tournament and put faces to usernames and things like that. So if you guys enjoyed it, please make sure you hit that thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe to keep up to date with any new content that I may come out with. But yeah, stay tuned for part 2 coming out soon. Thanks for watching. Till next time guys, this is Bestinwest. I'll catch you guys later.